Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about work-life balance and financial autonomy. I know it's a fancy word, but sometimes when you attach certain labels to certain things, they make the situation a lot better that way because words are very powerful. If you like everything coming on my channel right now, hit the subscribe button below and hit two thumbs up and likes. And just support my channel. Like to keep up pumping out these videos, keeping that flow going, helping you guys out there and doing my best. So basically it's all about work-life balance and maintaining time management. When you're doing these deliveries, time is of an essence. You definitely have to be able to put in the time to be fine. You have to be able to make it work for you. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's you got to really look at your time. You got to really look at your time, where you're hanging, what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you got to look at it in the sense that, hey, I have to put in this time in order to make this money. And it gets much more deeper than that. Even the times that you spend with family, with friends, when you're trying to hit that certain number every single week, you have to really dig in deep in time management. You have to know what's valuable to you. Okay? If you know that you hang out with a friend for 8 hours, just a regular friend, and I'm using this as an example, if you're hanging out with a friend for 8 hours, but you feel that you're getting enough time with that friend that you can have just as much of a good time with them if you were hanging out with them for 4 hours, then that's 4 hours that you can break off of that 8 hours to monetize it, to make more money. Okay? And here's your 4 hours for that friend that you can hang out with. Again, everybody's situation is different. If you have kids, if you have friends that you like to hang out with, it's all about work-life balance and time management. You have to find where the income is or how I can increase the hours to monetize it, to make money. Okay? That's the most important thing, is monetization. You got to know that work-life balance. You got to know how to do it. Even right now, I just started right now. I got into my market at about 10:30, 10:15. So I used my time wisely to go to the mall, do remedial stuff that I need to get out of the way. So if I'm a shopper and I'm going to shop, say, for sneakers or for clothes, I'm not really going to be in the mall that long. So I go in, I know what time I have to start, what time I have to get out. I start as early as possible, get into the mall, look around, get the things I have, turn on all your apps at full strength. So this way you're ready to take any opportunities you possibly can. Do your regular thing, get your regular thing done, keep checking your phone like that. And this way you're able to fit in the remedial stuff, the stuff that you don't need to fit in. Yesterday, for instance, I had a day off. So I figured, okay, I could go to the mall and get stuff with the sneakers done, or I could leave that for the beginning of my early shift and leave that for my early shift and do it on my early shift today between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. so I could work 12 to 8, 8 hours. Boom. Remember how I talked about I'm giving 8 hours. That's what I'm doing. I'm sticking with 8 hours. That's what I'm doing. And basically that's worked out for me pretty well. It's you know when you're out here, you have to have these level of standards. If you're putting in 8 hours, and if you have a timer and you pick up the first delivery and you set that timer like a punch clock, like a regular typical work job, and you're working the 8 hours, and when you punch out for the last delivery and you put in your 8 hours, that's how much money you made in your market that day. I took that pressure off. I'm not shooting for the dollar amount, I'm shooting for the time. By doing those two things right there, I'm able to look at how much I'm really making, okay? How much I'm really putting together for myself, and that's what I did. And And you gotta be able to do that. You gotta be able to take that time and say, if you try to chase the money with the high levels of uncertainty, it's going to drive you mad. But if you put in the time and you pick up the first delivery, you set a timer, you work it, and then to the last delivery, it's done. That's 8 hours. You did your best for the day. Be good to yourself, because you're going to be back out here again tomorrow. I've come to realize that if I'm going to be doing this 6 days a week or 7 days a week, it's all about the fluidity of time. From the time that you start, from the time that you end, how can I fit in that time to be able to do this, to be able to do this, to be able to do this? That's what you have to do. And you have to know how much you want to make. And sticking with that formula, you get to see the real balance of time. You get to see what's most important to you. Is it more important for me to spend this much time with this person because I know I'm going to sacrifice this much time of pay to have what I want? That's the trick. That's the trick. Unlike lawyers, doctors, or people like that work like these massive amount of hours, I've always been like the kind of person that I want to work smarter, not harder. I like financial autonomy. I like to know when I can work and how much I can make without sacrificing the richness of life, because in the end, all this doesn't matter. In the end, if you're 6 feet under, it doesn't matter. But right now, while you're here, you want to make the most of it. And it teaches me financial independence, financial flexibility, being available when I want to work, when I want to do certain things. And those are like values for me that are very important, just to be able to work when I want to work. Know how much money I'm going to make. Look at my time. How do I value it? Okay? How do I value it? That's the thing. Is it better for me to go hang out with friends and spend money, which I'm not making money because I'm hanging out with them? Or is it better for me to just give just enough time, go out first, make my money, typical day, like if I want to hang out with a person for 4 hours and I got an 8-hour day, let me go out and make my money first, and then I'll go hang out with my friend. Now you got a nice little balance right there, okay? And you're making the money, and then you're going to go hang out with a friend. If you have to be out here to do that, that's about making your time as fluid as possible, so you have the ability to make that money. Whatever numbers you want to hit, make it as fluid as possible. That's the most important thing. And it makes you realize what's most important in your life. If you have to be home at a certain time for your wife, and you work in the day, and you have friends, now you start to realize, well, I'm maximizing my time for my wife, I'm maximizing my time for my friends, I'm maximizing my time for the remedial stuff like doctor's appointments in the morning, or going shopping, getting it out of the way. But you got that core 8 hours that you're putting in. That is your best. That is what you can do. Even today, I'm saying to myself, well, I want to go to the gym for 1 hour, but if I don't put in those 8 hours, I have to see how am I doing up to 7 hours. If I think that I can do it, then I'll go to the gym. If I can't, then I'll just leave it for another day. That's it. It really, really, if I could honestly, sincerely say about the gig environment, it really teaches you the importance of time management. It teaches you the importance of how to value your time, how to maximize your time. Because out here, it's just about you and how much you want to make and how much you want to put in your pocket. And you got to really, really manage it right. It puts you in the driver's seat of your social life. It puts you in your driver's seat of everything that you want to do. So if you don't have needy friends that are so dependent on you, that's great, because now you can basically call the shots. How important it is for me to hang out with this friend for 8 hours when I could just reduce it to 4. Now I got 4 hours that I can use to make money. That's how you got to think. You got to think like that. You got to really, really be on top of that, for yourself, for everything that you do. And it's that's basically what it is. So I hope you got some good information out of this. Leave me some comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know how you manage your time. Feel free to let me know how everything's going. And if you like this video, give it a 2 thumbs up. I'll be working on my landing page with my Amazon affiliates, bringing some new items in there that you can check out for your delivery services. Really appreciate that. And we will be in touch. Have a great day.